if it was up to me, like we keep on saying, we want to see Benavidez. Canelo, hell of a fighter, but my personal opinion, he's ducking Benavidez.
What makes him so good in your opinion, Mike? Why does he beat everybody in your opinion?
His attitude. You know, he was the little heavy fat kid and stuff like that, and he wanted to prove himself to the world.
It come down to, because I don't think Morrell's going to be able to match Benavidez' volume. You know what I'm saying? With that, you know, he's punching constantly on top of you, and he don't get tired.
Fighters praise David Benavidez's relentless pressure, power, and skill, describing his ability to break opponents down as terrifyingly effective.
Benavidez is going to win the fight because I think Benavidez is the truth. I think his skill set is underrated. It's rare that a dude that applies that kind of pressure at that size has that level of hand speed.
In the sport, I'm the #2 most accurate puncher in the sport. I don't really get hit that much. You know what I mean? I don't know why people think I don't have defense and all that.
Teddy Atlas emphasizes Ben L's relentless pressure, comparing him to a buzzsaw that never stops moving forward. He highlights how Benavidez isn't just aggressive, but highly calculated, setting traps and mixing up his attacks with precision. A crucial aspect of his style is his devastating body shots, which systematically wear opponents down over time, draining their energy and limiting their ability to fight back. Atlas frames Benavidez as a suffocating force, overwhelming opponents with both volume and intelligence, making escape nearly impossible once he's in control.
I think the purer puncher probably is Morrell for one shot. He's the less experienced guy, but he's got that Cuban background, you know, with the amateur pedigree, over 100-something fights. He's got experience. Even though he's got a lot less fights professionally, he's got experience. He hasn't fought the resume professionally that Benavidez has, so that's in favor of Benavidez. The experience, always important. Always important, but also the pedigree, like I said, where he comes from, Cuba, how, you know, you come from that island that from the beginning when you first put those gloves on, it's all about becoming a world champ. You know, part of it is to escape the communist country, to get to a better life, to get to where you can pursue dreams, to get over here where you can become a world champion. And that is all there. But Benavidez comes from those bloodlines too, where it's all about with him and his father, you know, and his family. It's all about being a champion, staying a champion, being proud, representing yourself in and out of the ring as a champion. The power. Both guys are known for that.
David Benavidez emphasizes his precision in the ring, showcasing his ability to land clean, effective punches. "I'm the most accurate puncher in boxing," he declares. His confidence comes from years of refining his skills, ensuring he remains a dominant force with unmatched accuracy in the sport.
I don't want to talk about his sparring partner. What we are talking about is that this Saturday, I'm going to put a beating on David Morrell. That's how it is.
To you, David, when you imagine the fight, that beating, how does it look? How have you mentally pictured the fight?
I see myself systematically breaking him down. I think I'm just going to overwhelm him with punches. My punches and bunches, it's unlike anybody else in the sport. I'm the #2 most accurate puncher in the sport. I don't really get hit that much. You know what I mean? I don't know why people think I don't have defense and on that. So what I've noticed from my previous fights, when I fight great fighters, when I get in there and they don't have success like they had with other fighters, they get a certain look in their eye, like, oh shit, like this guy is really good. And I'm expecting the same thing here. But if I do get put in a position where it's a good competitive fight, I'm ready to go to war. This is what I'm here for. You know, nothing is guaranteed. There's no easy fights here. Nothing is guaranteed. But I'm ready to put my heart and soul in the ring, and I'm ready to put it all in the ring and beat David Morrell, whatever it may take.
Morrell, it comes from the Cuban school. A lot of people say like, hey man, this guy is so technically good. This is a difficult style matchup. Like, what do you make of his Cuban style coming into this fight?
But honestly, they've said that against everybody I fight, that they're technically better than me, that they're more declarated amateurs.
David Benavidez insists that his rivalry with David Morrell is more than just hype. It's personal. "I want to beat him up for sure," he states. Benavidez takes issue with Morrell's trash talk, saying, "He's been running his mouth, and I'm not letting that slide." Determined to back up his words, he's ready to prove he's the superior fighter in the ring.
A lot of people look at you two in the lead up to this fight, promoting the fight or what have you. A lot of pomp and circumstance usually comes associated with fights where guys look like they might dislike each other, but ultimately in the end, it's just about the professionalism and it's about marketing the fight. You guys seem to have a disdain for one another. How real is that? And if so, why?
Yeah, this is 100% real. And like I said, I want to go in there and break his face. And that's exactly what I intend on doing. David Morrell, he's been calling me out for the past 2 years. He's been talking a lot of trash. So honestly, it doesn't take much for me to get me started. Him saying he's going to knock me out, this and that. I want a good fight. I want him to be ready. I want him to back all his words up. So at the end of the day, I got to be the Mexican monster. I got to let these people know exactly who I am.
Boxing analysts and former fighters overwhelmingly favor David Benavidez in a potential matchup against David Morrell. They believe Benavidez's relentless pressure, high-volume punching, and well-rounded skill set would be too much for Morrell, who has yet to face elite competition. Experts emphasize Benavidez's ability to systematically break opponents down using his size, power, and stamina, making him a formidable challenge for anyone. While Morrell is a talented fighter with strong fundamentals, many view Benavidez as the superior boxer due to his experience and ability to control the pace of a fight. As a result, most predictions lean toward a dominant Benavidez victory.
David Morrell's going to put up one hell of a fight. I just think David Benavidez is not what people think he is. I see a highly skilled fighter with good fluidity in his punches and his moves. The guy, to me, is one of the best fighters in the world. And I'm talking about skill-wise. Like, he got fast hands. He throws great flurries. He knows how to break you down systematically. His defense is far better than people give him credit. Him against Oleksandr Volcik, I was like, brother, this guy looks great, right? He just needs more time at 175, which I think he got.
David Benavidez, American from Arizona, from Phoenix, Arizona. Debut 2013 through 2021. I think he is still fighting. His last fight most likely occurred in 2021. Oh wait, November 13th, he's got an upcoming fight versus Jose Uzcatagu, Colombian. But his last one it was a TKO, took place March 13, 2021. 24, and we got another undefeated.
David Morrell and David Benavidez are going to fight. Yeah. Is that a fight that you're...
Oh, got it. Yeah. Well, the story with he and I was, I met him when he was a kid. And he told me, I'm going to be a world champion someday. And then I run into him and he's a world champion. That's happened to me so many times, usually with MMA fighters, not boxers. That's when I was sort of kicking the tires of boxing. And yes, I will watch that fight, if that's the question you're asking.
Analysts believe David Benavidez's ability to physically impose himself on opponents, even those with better boxing skills but similar size, gives him a major advantage. His relentless pressure, high punch output, and durability make him a formidable force in the ring. Benavidez's aggressive style forces opponents to fight at his pace, gradually wearing them down over the rounds. While some fighters may possess superior technical skills, his ability to overpower and outwork them often proves decisive. His combination of strength, stamina, and relentless aggression makes him a dangerous matchup for any fighter, regardless of their boxing talent or defensive abilities.
He says, quote, I don't want to fight someone who doesn't mean something for my career. And the best out there now is David Morrell.
I see him coming up to 175. He's talking a lot of shit. He's almost shut his ass up. And also, it would be a bigger pay-per-view if we wait later. His name is not that big, but
They just talk the way you want your fighters to talk. And they're all about the smoke. They want to fight everybody. It seems like whoever would win the Morrell Benavidez might get the shot. But at the end of the day, we got a guy who wants to fight a tough guy.
David Morrell is so good. David Morrell is a high-risk, low-reward fighter. You have to overpay people to step in the ring with him. If you don't overpay them, you won't get them in the ring. It's as simple as that, Jack. So, David Morrell going in 2024, one of the most exciting fighters, got an exciting style, has a fan base in Minnesota. That's the knock on the Cubans. No international distribution on the Cuban feed because they don't show the fights. Has a fan base in Minnesota. Now we need to see the fights. Vladimir Shishkin, Kristen and Billy. Any of those guys on the back end of the top 10, I want to see them in with him.
Analysts compare David Benavidez to Tyson Fury, noting his exceptional talent and boxing ability, which set him apart from other fighters of similar size. Both use their physical advantages effectively, combining skill, endurance, and relentless pressure to dominate opponents. Benavidez's aggressive style and fast hands enable him to systematically break down rivals, much like Fury controls fights with movement and technique. While their styles differ, experts see similarities in their ability to overpower similarly sized opponents. This comparison further reinforces the belief that Benavidez is a special talent, capable of overwhelming elite fighters and establishing himself as a dominant force in his division.
Yeah, listen, I'll give massive props to Benavidez because I've rated Morrell very highly for a long time. In Los Angeles, I got to watch him up close, and I really wasn't impressed with what I saw, but I just think he had an off night. He's a very good fighter, and Benavidez really doesn't need to be taking that fight, but he is. So listen, big respect to David Benavidez. That's a great fight, and we want to see great fights. I hope there's more fighters like David Benavidez that says, no, I'll back myself. I don't give a fuck about Morrell. I know everyone rates him and he's this Cuban killer. I'll beat him. Get me in with him. Fair play. Well done, David Benavidez.
Great fight as well. Really, really good fight. It's great to see this, isn't it? I mean, boxing's flat at the minute, but I really, really rate Benavidez. Hard to look past him, that one for me.
I know I say that every fight, but it's just I'm getting better and better. I'm more experienced. You know, now I'm physically, emotionally, spiritually. I'm at one with myself, and I'm just ready. I'm ready. These are the type of challenges I want. I don't shy away from no fight. If no fight or no fighter, you know what I mean? And that's definitely what I'm going to show February 1st.
Do you think like you break them down like later in the rounds? Like, do you catch them early and break them down early, like we saw with Andrade?
To be honest with you, I'm gonna just put a game plan together and I'm gonna just follow my game plan. I don't know if it's gonna come early. I don't know if it's gonna come late, but I will be trying to knock them out. You know, that's what I do every single fight. I go in there and I just break people down and I beat the shit out of them. It's going to be the same thing.
Given the last performance, I know you said at the post-fight you were injured, you're dealing with a lot of things. What do you make of like the perception of David at 175 from fans now? And do you think it's fair?
To be honest with you, I don't care what nobody says. I know exactly what I do. I know that 7 weeks left to the fight, I tore an tendon. No, 8 weeks left to the fight, tore a tendon. I got closer to 4 weeks only using one hand.
David Benavidez, an undefeated powerhouse with a 29-0 record and 24 knockouts, enters every fight with unshakable determination, including his upcoming clash with David Morrell. While Morrell has been vocal, Benavidez remains silent, letting his skills speak for themselves. He absorbs every word, but saves his response for the ring, where his relentless pressure, speed, and precision take over. Known for systematically breaking down opponents, he sees trash talk as nothing more than added fuel, intensifying his drive to dominate. For Benavidez, fights aren't won with words but with skill, power, and the ability to take over when it matters most. Bull, who has shared the ring with him in sparring, praises Benavidez's top-tier abilities. He highlights Benavidez's speed, power, and smart pressure, noting how he constantly thinks and adjusts mid-fight. Bull respects his ability to wear opponents down, calling him a real problem for anyone who steps into the ring with him.
Spar, it's very different than a fight. I have a lot of sparrings when I wasn't good, when I was good. I'm not seeing on the sparrings it's like on the fight. I'm checking, I'm just trying to do something, you know. I just have some mission for one sparring and I try to do it. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. But with Benavidez it was good sparrings. I can't say that something was not good. Now it's Canelo. He has belts. Of course, he's the best in 168. They need to prove it. They need to earn belts. Then we will see. We have rules. You have belts, you are best.
Atmosphere like this level right now, he's getting nervous right now. He's nervous. He wanted this fight. Now he's talking a lot of shit. He's mad. You know, what the fuck? You know, he should be happy. So we're super motivated. You know, David's super focused. And these are the type of fights that we need. At the end of the day, you know, he has everything to gain we have nothing to gain out of this fight. You know, we have everything to lose, nothing to gain. You know, but at the end of the day, it's a great fight for the people. People wanted to see this fight, and we're ready. We're ready to put them to sleep.
My arms are short for my height, so I gotta find ways to get. You know what I'm saying? I bring this in, so it's here. I bring that in for maximum power, but also so I'm in a good range.
Yeah.
I can't be out here because I got shorter arms. If I'm here, somebody like you gonna counter this.
Yeah.
You can be a really good fighter. Both hands.
Yeah.
You could be all-time great if you make this great.
Yeah.
That's the hand.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna open up these other hands.
Okay.
And it's gonna make it easier. Anything you do here, that blinds you. You're blinded. Bing. Here, bing. I'm off to the side. You gotta turn your head. I get off or I can exit. And just rinse and repeat.
Okay.
That's it right there. That's it right there. Hey, he bit for it. Yeah, he bit.
Benavidez and David Morrell, right? This is the type of fights boxing needs. Two young fighters, great fighters in their division. They moved up to 175. They were at 168. The fight wasn't made there, but 175. David said, "You know what? Let's make this fight happen." The first few pictures, it looks like David has some weight to take off. He looks like the Tyson Fury of the 175, but that doesn't matter, right? It's all about your fighting technique, your fighting style. I think David Morrell has a great opportunity to showcase his skills, but I don't think it'll be enough to beat a David Benavidez. I think David Benavidez has a little bit too much power and too much combinations for David Morrell. David Morrell hasn't, fought anybody that is maybe top 2, top 3. David Benavidez has been in there with Caleb Plant, has been in there with some good fighters. So he is coming into the fight the favorite. But let me know what you guys think of that fight. All right, let me know what you guys.
You said that Morrell's management is going to earn more money off this fight than Morrell himself, and you want to know how he's going to feel.
About that. Look, now you think
So David, for David Morrell, what is your response to this? Is this true?
All your managers are
bullshit.
It's bullshit, man. Let's go to the back. All your managers are getting more money than you.
Okay.
How does that feel? I thought the managers were with you. I thought the people were with you. How your fucking managers making more money than you? How are they making more money than you?
Morrell, is that true?
How are they making more money?
Bro, listen. Man, ham. I took that every
Why?
time.
After I knocked you out, so I'm going to catch you out.
For this thing, and look, he has to worry about power that Morrell has also, so, he's going to feel the power when he's close. He's going to feel the power when Morrell has distance. So, so we feel we have the advantage both ways.
What's the feeling in your gut, how this fight's going to play out, how it's going to go down?
I really and truly believe Morrell's going to knock him out.
Share your thoughts, predictions, and who you're rooting for in the comments below.